Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
I was reading an article in GQ magazine. It was a profile of this very, very hot young actor who is just getting roles everywhere, doing very well. His name is Timothée Chalamet, I believe. And his you might know him on Netflix from The King. He's just this little dreamboat that everybody's mad about. Just crazy. He was in Little Women as well. And,
Did he play one of? He didn't play one of the women, did he?
He did not play one of the women. But they said even though it was a female-driven cast, he was the shiny penny in this particular cast. And what they're doing is they're explaining how his life has changed in such short order with an Oscar nomination. And it's just, he's been in a bunch of, I forgot what he was nominated for, but how his life has changed and this meteoric success that he has changed his life. And that they tell a story about he's on a boat taking a little downtime with the girl he was dating at the particular time. And he was making out with this girl on the deck of a boat. And then he went to sleep that night thinking, what a great life, what a great day. And he wakes up in the morning and they're taking pictures. They've taken pictures of him. The paparazzi caught him and he looked horrible. And he went from feeling great about it to feeling this embarrassment. And it's all about how he's handling. I haven't even finished the article yet. It's all about how he's handling his success. It actually motivated me to go watch The King on Netflix. And the guy does have that star power. He's great. He's kind of he's a waif-like, thin, pale guy, but he can get it done with the gravitas on camera. And so everything about this article was true, and I like watching it. And it began, and they talked about how now he's getting better with compartmentalizing things. And this whole discussion that I'm having right now leads me into, here's a guy in the national spotlight and international star, can't really go out on the street without a face covering because he's going to get recognized. And I thought about my level of celebrity is so minor compared to that. It's a bubble that I live in with people that support what we do and are able to do that. But it's so much more small. And I am so much more petty than he is. I am so much more sensitive to a slight. And maybe because we live in a small world, I am so oversensitive. Maybe now more than I ever have been, to a certain degree. And what ruined my day yesterday, and which was appropriate with National Unfriend Day, because I got really busy, was the post that someone wrote about skipping through the Butterball Turkey bit, which is everybody's priority. They can do whatever they want. I was accused of being hack and old school. Yes, I cop to that. Yeah, totally hack. I think you're hack. Totally old school. I
think it's hack. Not hack at all.
I think it's hack when you think, first of all, crank calls from disc jockey. That's been done for 40 years. So from that
the
standpoint,
character that you drove it in, I thought that was
and you turned it into an exercise in keeping her on the phone.
She earned her money.
That's fine.
That's
but
not
obviously,
hack.
Obviously, there are people who did not care for it, and so I pop in, and it came. I didn't go to the fan page to find it. It popped up on my regular thread.
I saw it, Mike. I saw it. I actually commented on it,
and I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, it allowed me to get rid of a couple of people that I know have been just out there that are poaching. Yeah, goodbye, Joel. Hope you enjoyed your trip
See
to
you later.
No, not Joel. Rogers.
No, it was Billy Joel.
He's a loyalist. But it also, I'm very aware of the people that join in. All right, that join in on these, and
Explain,
I'm
like
petty.
someone that jumps on the boat once it's already been launched, the hatred boat. Okay, I'm with you.
Right, someone who's been a tremendous supporter of the show.
Who's unhappy in life.
I don't know if this person's unhappy in life or not.
Just like saying that.
It's a great time.
Larry King used to say lonely. He's very lonely, or she's very lonely.
But Larry King would reach out to a woman who was lonely to help her.
To marry them.
But I will get a thread like that periodically that will roll off. I won't give it much thought.
Right.
And then I'll get one like a combination of just where I was with that, and it'll really throw me for a loop. It'll really upset me. And so the gentleman that put that post up, I think his name was Mark. I don't want to give his last name because I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it was Mark. He put it up there. And
did he used to work for the show?
Mark?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just trying to figure out who it might be.
Mark O'Mara.
Oh, the golfer.
Not Mark O'Mara. I would have remembered that.
Okay.
Big fan of the show, Mark O'Mara.
And I just got mad. I got mad to the point of taking my wife laughing at me yesterday.
You've got to get mad.
I'm going to get mad as hell, and I'm not going to say. And the reason I got mad is because I really cared about it.
Yeah.
Going into it. Yeah. I really got the idea and thought it would be funny to do Dick Oliver doing that. And a lot of people, by the way, backed me up and said they thought it was hysterical funny. I think the people that don't like it are people that might have heard it, and the word cringeworthy was used because it's a prank. And I think the people that are cringing at the prank are... I don't like the word snowflake.
They would have.
I don't like the words oversensitive.
Anyways, Mike.
It was
a Tuesday. If they've got the Tuesday doldrums,
the Tuesday loneliness.
Yeah, you know what? You want to do better? You start a podcast or a radio show, and you entertain America.
And it wasn't. You know what? Cringy for me is scenes in Borat, scenes in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. That's cringy. What you did yesterday was not cringy.
But it's the same premise. It's a little cringy, and it was, it was just keeping her on the line and the thermometer.
For 2020, it's cringy. It was cringy for 1947.
That's right. The boys are back from the war, and we're calling them.
No, I'm not saying it's old. I'm saying
I'm very sensitive right now.
Our sensibilities for 2020, for all the S we've been through this entire year, that bar should have been high. Like, it should be beyond a crank call to the Butterball line.
Yeah, the cringe bar is very high.
Great. I thought that having this guy that's so disinterested and not sweating the details would be a perfect guy to call that hotline like he's going to have his solo turkey dinner, and that I just thought it would be fun. And you know what? Unfortunately, it turned out to be something that. And by the way, this is a small group. It's a small group that comments about anything on the show. Mm-hmm. The vast majority of people on the show will go ahead and they will not do that. So that's kind of the way
I like this. One of the lines is like, it would have been great if they would have brought her in on the joke.
Somebody said that. See, that must have been later.
We had to start the show.
I got that.
What?
What are we like? Hey, lady, before you go, let us tell you about everything we've just done to you. Have a great day.
The theme of the movie The Sting, one of the greatest movies ever made, is you have to take your mark, but the mark can't know he was taken. Otherwise, it's ruined.
Also, she's the star.
That's right.
She had the patience of an oak tree.
She's magnificent.
Marcy was great.
It celebrated her, for God's sake. I love that. I mean, it was fantastic.
I love her music.
But of all the people that participated in that negative thread, the one that got to me, and I'm trying to find it because they took it. Did they take it down? Don't take the bad stuff down. It's material for me, for God's sake. Come on.
I haven't touched it.
You took it down. Somebody took it down.
Somebody took down your post?
Man.
Your hate
post?
post?
They took it down.
I can find it.
It wasn't my hate post. No, my hate post was, thank you. I had 60 openings for Friends. And then I said, yes, it was cringy. Yes, it was hack. Yes, I do it once an effing year. STFU and suffer in silence and don't get happy.
Perfect.
That was it. But I'm trying to find it anyway. But the one that participated, and look, love him to death. But, you hurt me, Dirk. You hurt me.
Ooh.
You hurt me with your everybody has right. I didn't really like it either. There are many comedians who I don't like all their jokes. Except for maybe George Carlin. Thanks for sharing, Dirk.
I don't see Dirk as a George Carlin guy.
Piled on?
Yeah. He didn't pile on. He passively aggressively joined in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to pick a side. He's still, jeez.
I'm surprised he was able to comment.
I think he's conflicted when it comes.
It's like
to
America, Mike.
Well, he had a busy day.
You're like the country's electoral college.
Yeah, right. Mike, you are the veritable podcast definition of 270 votes.
Shut up, both of you. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm surprised Dirk had time to comment. He had a big day at the Dirk store. I don't know.
But anyway, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't react.
Yeah, why did she laugh at you?
Just because I do get all ramped up. I get in a real spin. I really spin out of control. I wake up
right round.
Because
Can you set the scene for us? Where you're like in your lazy boy and you're like, can you believe this?
Well, I'm home.
Yes.
That's where I am when I'm home.
Yeah.
Right.
You put me on with a crane.
But
I'm running around here and there all day long, but
set the scene for how you melt down and spin out at home to where the point that your wonderful wife is like,
these people don't like me, Carla. They don't like me. These are fake people. They are trolls.
Now, clarification as we set the scene. The lazy boy has essentially 3 modes. It's always comfortable.
You know what? As I said to Carla, as you two are laughing at me now, it ain't, believe it or not, your name's on the show, but it ain't you. I said this to Carla, too. I said, it really only hurts when it's your name, when it's you, okay? Because that bit, well, we do bits all the time with each other.
Right.
But that bit, more than any other bit, is you guys kind of sit quietly by. And so that's attacking me.
I defended you.
What, on the thread?
Yeah, on the thread. I got on there. I said, get over it, people. Enjoy the show.
Well, it's a throwaway bit. It's kind of just an old thing we throw
Mike,
in.
Do you not read the hate that comes to me and Rob? It is.
I know. But I'm talking about. I would laugh at hate coming to you easier than I would laugh at hate coming to me.
Got it.
Just like things that would upset you wouldn't upset me, and that was what it was. And at one point, I'm looking at Carla. I said, "It's not you. It's me." I would think it was funny if it wasn't directed at me. I don't think it's funny because it's directed at me.
When you're in the lazy boy on your feet up,
it's like cringeworthy, hack, old school. It's why I didn't listen to Don. It's like, stop, just shut up. Yeah, because I'm fine with that. But if you're going to put it out there, you're going to get you're putting it out there to get people to react, and I got a reaction for you. That's it.
Yep.
And that's what I did. But the good news is what it made me become aware of is that I was 60 short of my friends list, and then I made it all go away by this wonderful interaction with people where I said, sometimes as opposed to just going to a friend request list, I like to put it out there that I haven't added friends in a while, and that gives me a little freshness of friends.
Reboot.
By the way, I recommend you guys do it too, because those are the people that are still with you. They're not just sitting out there.
Mike. There's never a waiting line for me.
Do you update it continuously?
No, it's.
Here's what Oscar's going to say. It's just been 5,000 and no one's ever left.
No one's ever changed. But I also don't get more requests.
That's bull. You get requests all the time, I'm certain. But I bet if you were to
I'm barely on there.
I bet if you went into your friends list, you would see a lot of the.
That's another lie that he said he's barely on social media. We'll have social media in the body of the show today too.
I bet if Oscar were to go to his 5,000 friend list, he would see a lot of white silhouettes against blue, which are people that have dropped off the scene. So that's what you have to delete to make friends. They're on Parler.
Well,
and is it Parler or Parlay?
I don't know.
I don't. And let me explain this. I am nowhere near big enough to not be petty. If I got really big, if we got on one of those massive podcasting services across the country, if somebody handed me a suitcase of cash and said, "Here, jump on Spotify," I promise you I would be less petty. But now that it's just us and we make our own gravy, I want to be petty. We make fruitcakes, for God's sake.
The entire time I've known you, nothing's changed.
Yeah, Mike, and I think petty is part of all of us.
Yeah, this is what we do.
This is how we do it. As Montel Williams would say.
I don't know. I don't think either one of you are nearly as petty as I am.
Well,
no. Rob is. He'll. If you say anything bad about Rob,
Rob's quiet about it.
He'll just unfriend you. He'll be like, later.
What is can you think off the top of your head the most minor slight that you unfriended somebody about? Yeah, won't you unfriend some people if they just put something that's not related to you?
That's hack,
but it just
Rob.
rubs you the wrong way.
If they say something that they'll say if a joke is bad. Usually the petty unfriending is fueled by at least 3 cocktails. But if I correct them on the spelling of my name and they give me grief about that, gone. If they do anything on my wall, I've said this for years. My Facebook friend list is like a party. And I don't want people at the party that are going to piss me off. So if they piss me off and I'm in a mood, I'll show them the door by not only unfriending, but blocking. Right. Blocking is very severe. That's kicking them out the door.
Now, this is complicated, what I'm
going
to say. And Oscar's an admin on the fan page, too. Right. So I'm saying this to him and everybody who's an admin. I appreciate people having my back. I truly do. I truly do. But as much as I will say here that it rubs me the wrong way, it gets me upset when I read some of the negative stuff or a negative thread, which, by the way, negative will always get more intensity and rapid response than positive will. I still, as much as it bothers me, I love you to leave it up, because that to me is something that I can use when I come in for my morning therapy session. So when you take it down, I really wanted to get the wording of Dirk's post, and I'm really upset.
Dirk, could you repost it, please?
No, he doesn't have to do that.
Put it all in capital letters on your Parler account.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what it was yesterday. I was a lot of people were nice and said that they enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was the best. I've done better. I think keeping the lady on the line was the cringe part, and I thought the part about the thermometer where I almost laughed was fun. But I don't think you need to overthink it.
No, I
think what I want to do. Hold on. Rick.
Okay.
I want to do this. I want to examine the people that wouldn't like that. I think the people that don't like that are probably extremely polite. Let me go a little deep with it.
Really?
All right. That bit, and a prank by its very nature, is rudeness.
Mm-hmm.
It's rudeness.
It is.
I think the people that don't like that are probably extremely polite people. And there's an element of this show that lacks politeness, that you can't do a show like that without being impolite. You can't, do a show like I do without a rant or a rave and being impolite. People that get sensitive about that are very, very polite.
We lack politeness.
No, on some counts we lack politeness. Mm-hmm. When we get a talking head, I think we're extremely polite to talking heads. We poke a little fun. But a prank call is at its very core an impolite thing to do.
Yes.
And that's why I think
it's
people
based
get
in disrespect.
A little sensitive. But when you label it with other names because of your sensitivity, then I have a little problem with that. And I have a problem with criticism, like anybody that does what we do has.
Mike, your problem with criticism is your biggest fault.
It's true.
I want to offer this because,
really put me in a bad mood.
I come to this show for many years.
And then can I say the last slide of the night?
Yeah.
This is another petty thing. I have a group here Saturday. I see two people, my old next-door neighbors, husband and wife. And my daughter's boyfriend is coming in town. He's a golfer.
Right.
And I said, there's a twosome. I'll put myself and this guy in there. And then they changed the time. They moved to a group with another couple.
Oh,
and these are like friends of ours that I've been to their home multiple times, and that was my last slide of the day.
That's a supremely passive aggressive.
Carla really laughed. Yeah. Carla at one point looked at me and went, "Calm down." I said, "Nope, not going to calm down. Not going to calm down." So it was just, it was one of those days. I was feeling. Everybody has those days where you're just loaded with insecurity, and that was mine. And I'm not proud of it. It's not something I'm proud of it. I know it's petty, and I know that it makes me miserable when I shouldn't really give it much thought. But I can't help myself because it hurts. And by the way, I've always had trouble buying the fact that people say that stuff doesn't bother them. I believe the people that say they don't read, like Hollywood celebrities that say they don't read press, bad press, the movie magazines, that type of stuff. I don't believe that if they do read it, it doesn't bother them. I think it's the human condition. Everybody gets bothered by negative stuff written about them.
Can I say something about the bit?
Yeah.
That, first of all, everyone should know that this April will mark 29 years that Mike and I have worked together. Nearly 3 decades, all right? But I preceded that with many years.
Than any marriages. Almost longer than marriages combined.
Oh, much longer than all the marriages.
Definitely longer than marriages combined.
Absolutely. But
wow.
But before that, I was a first and foremost a fan. And one of the things I loved about the old show, one of the things I love about this show is there are certain sort of benchmark traditions that get you through the year, things we do every year. And there's a certain, the way we were talking about fruitcakes this year, this has been the worst year in anyone's life that's still alive, but still the fruitcakes are there. That's something that'll take you back to when things were okay. Well, when I look at these bits like the calling of the Butterball hotline or the craft recipes or the people that come in and sing how many days there are till Christmas, stuff that we do every year, I love it because it reminds me of the history of the show and how long I've been with the show and how long they have been with the show. And you need to embrace the fact that this show is new every day, but there are traditions that we will always uphold. And it's very important that we do that because it remembers from whence we came. And Mike, I feel that you should now do the Butterball bit twice a year.
You can't do that. What are you looking at, Oscar? What are you looking at in your phone? What are you reading?
I'm just making sure that everybody here's on the network side is fine for us. Because we were taking hits from you, Mike, and I just wanted to clear that up. You've cleared up since then. Just confirm.
Oh, you mean in the connectivity?
Yeah. I was making sure that everything was fine.
Is everything all right now?
Yeah, I was talking to Pony, and Pony's doing his job on his end. And you sound great, and Rob sounds great, and I sound great. Just making sure everything's
What
good.
is that green background in back? Is that like
it's all moss.
What is it? Is that is it paint? Is that a painted background?
There's a bunch of different backgrounds. I'll give you a little more perspective.
Is that Santana moss?
No, it's T-moss.
T-moss. It's T-moss. I should probably zoom into the moss if you'd like.
Yeah, do that.
Oscar O'Mara show. Now, is that, can you change that backdrop?
Yes, it's all completely modular. The way it was built.
Yeah, and if you don't water it turns
is it
brown.
a digital background? Or?
No, this is real.
Is it all like,
real,
does it hang on like a slider?
No, I'm talking about the color in back of you.
The moss.
It moved around.
What are your other options?
It's solid.
Yeah, I've got, let me give you some options here, Mike.
By the way, I don't have a computer that has
I've got these.
Oh, the abandoned warehouse look?
Right.
This is more of the rustic look.
It puts the lotion on.
Show, right? And then I can go all the way around to the other side here. If it gives me that.
Ooh, the brick.
Like
that.
Exposed brick wall.
Yeah.
Ow.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. This is a great video day for everybody.
But I do like the T-moss.
T-moss.
Yeah.
Those were from the improv, as Rob was astutely remembered yesterday.
The background
Why don't we
itself,
call Dirk and ask if he likes it?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
This is Wade Byard, the Public Information Officer for Loudoun County Public Schools. The Mike O'Mara Show has decided to start now. Please make all necessary arrangements to listen. This is the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, and Oscar Santana. And now, without further delay, here's Mike O'Mara.
We are live.
That's the funniest show on HBO. God, it kills me.
That's The Undoing. Or is it just Undoing? Is there a
I think it's The Undoing.
Yeah.
The Undoing. We are live from the Podcast Village studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide podcast and radio show with a family of listeners who are unrivaled in their love and support for their program. Some of them. Almost all. From Columbia Falls, Montana, Cambridge, Maryland, Lukenbach, Texas, Port Harbor, North Carolina, Hollywood, Florida, and Deborah Buran, Ethiopia. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now and brought to you by MyBookie. It's a great platform if you want to do some gaming.
Yes.
I really enjoy it. Get in on the fun with MyBookie, where the action never stops. Whether you're a first-timer or you've been playing for years, you're going to love MyBookie. If you can imagine it, you can bet on it. It's really, really fun. They have prop bets, all sorts of fun stuff. The NFL, and now, as I've mentioned, we're going to have to drop another bet on my New York Giants this particular weekend.
Going to the bowl, Mike. Going to the bowl.
Don't miss their huge casino platform. I don't. You get access to all the classic table, slot, and card games. And the best part is, at MyBookie, the doors never close. Hey, insomniacs!
Perfect.
Mike O'Mara, I guarantee it. Make the smart play. I don't guarantee you're going to win. I guarantee.
So you guarantee that they never close.
Rerun. Make the smart play and sign up today at MyBookie. Use promo code TMOS at sign up to grab yourself a free $20 bet with your deposit. The terms are simple. You make your deposit, you use the code, and you get hooked up with a free bet to use on anything on the sports book. If you've been on the fence about trying your hand at betting, this is a great way to get in on it. Makes it more fun to watch a game. And since it's on the house, you can't beat it. Officially winning season at MyBookie. Join in on the fun and win some cash while you're at it. MyBookie, we love them. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the show. Whoa, whoa. Rob is playing a clip from the HBO series The Undoing, Hugh Grant, and also Nicole Kidman. Hugh Grant. I realized he probably should have come by. We used to... Whenever she don't understand, she got a hold of me. I just did not know what to do. She had these giant breasts, and I was just so enthralled. And then I went back to confront her again, and she was dead. And then Nicole called the police, and they flew a helicopter and took me away. They took me away, and they put me in Rikers Island. It was miserable. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Do you miss walking the streets of New York with your scarf?
I just don't care for it. I don't know what people think of me so badly right now, and I know. I let the little head do the thinking for the big head, I'm in this quandary. Yes.
It was fascinating how he was explaining to his wife how he was the victim.
Yes,
and
that's what men do.
And
that's
I was like, "You mean the hot chick with the amazing hands that's half your age?
Yeah,
like forced you." To go spelunking with her.
Well, what I love is that he starts the explanation with, okay, so I had an affair. But wait.
And I'm not hating. Look, I'm not hating on men making their choices in life. That's what I'm. You make your choice. What drives me nuts is the way that Hugh Grant and his character. It's like your disdain for him grows as you go through the episodes where you're like, okay, you don't want a puppy, fine. Your kid just wants a dog, and you had some bad experience, but you save kids with cancer. Fine.
Let's get all our TV out. There's some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
A lot of you have given me feedback that you like the reco of The Undoing. It's really one of the better shows on television. I think Nicole Kidman, if you go back over the last 2-3 years and check out some of her projects, she makes great choices. She does good stuff.
She produces this, and do you know she sings the theme song?
I figure I recognized her voice when
she didn't want to. They made her do it, and I think it's great. I think it really
is
cool.
good.
Yeah.
It's great actors that are at the top of their game, that are doing such a nice job, and the supporting cast, and it's such talent out there creating this kind of stuff. Oscar got me back on The Crown. And I wanted to talk about that particular television show as well, because The Crown is a monster hit.
How far in are you?
I am in it where he has just come back from his little junket right before they're going to get married.
He is Prince Charles.
She has discovered, spoiler alert if you're watching The Crown, she has discovered the bracelet that he had made for Camilla Parker Bowles. And here's my question. Because, of course, there's artistic license, and these are the very secretive royals. Do you think, Oscar Santana, that they are, A, as bad as they are made to be in the television show, B, worse than they are made out in the television show, or C, not quite as bad? If this show is even reasonably accurate, let me tell you what Oscar said to me that got me to turn The Crown back on. He said, Charles is a little bitch.
Oh, wow.
And that motivated me to go. And he's so right in this, where he's just running back to Camilla, marries Diana from the word go. If you believe the television show.
Yeah.
And perhaps lots that's been read about it. That it is a marriage of convenience for the family. She is the woman of breeding. She is a gemstone. The public loves her. They feel this is good for the royal family. Getting married, all of them enabling him to marry her for all the wrong reasons. And the victim, the numero uno victim in all of this is Diana, where she, from the get-go, if you believe the television show, is aware of his love for Camilla Parker Bowles. And it is just, you feel for her. And the actress that plays Diana is almost a total doppelganger for the real Diana, even in the age when she was young getting married.
Yeah.
And you wonder whether she really suffered this much, because if she did, it's really a terrible tragedy. I don't know. Do you think it's legit?
There's a layer of that. Suffering in Buckingham Palace, I think, is a different type of suffering, right? Psychological.
Yes and no. I know
level.
you're. Are you referring to the accoutrement, all of the trappings of royalty?
Wealthy. She grew up wealthy, and then she
grew up
into,
wealthy,
yes.
but she was living in a flat in London with her roommates
just
and
like
kind of having a
friends.
good time.
Yeah,
But once you're brought into the royal fold, you're a prisoner. I mean, you might have velvet. You might. Well, that's how it happened when I took Carrie.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to our chief royal, our royal watcher, Rob Spiewak.
Well, no, it's what they would describe as perhaps velvet handcuffs, because you've got the best of everything. You want for nothing except if you wanted to go. We've seen the problems like when Prince Harry goes to Las Vegas and wants to just have a little fun. If he one misstep, it's a massive
It's
scandal.
splashed all over the pages.
But if any of us got naked and ran through a lobby or whatever he did, somebody would have reported it.
No, I got away with it in '88.
Yeah.
And 92.
I have to say this.
Yes.
I don't know if I've told the story. I think I did. I told it on the air that one night after a Friday night of imbibing, Mrs. O'Mara and I played some sort of trivia game on the front porch of my Manassas home, and it was a strip game. And by the end of the evening, we were both naked, and it was 2 or 3 in the morning, and I went out and sat in the middle of Grant Avenue on Manassas with my clothes off, with all the neighbors around and everything. And we have talked to. Have I ever told that story?
No.
I think I might remember that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't remember that story?
No.
Hey, Carla, come here for a second.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told this story on the
Mike
air.
was once a younger man.
Ah, I see.
Oh, Maddie chipping in.
Yes. We'll get to you, Massiello.
Maddie
Calm
says,
down.
I'm listening.
Hey, Carla, come here. God, take your time. What are you taking, a trolley to get over here? Put your shirt on. We'll do that.
Well,
before
keep
the
your
bell.
shirt on is a good expression.
Right. So come right in. So what was the game? Can you lean down and say hi to everybody?
Hi, happy Wednesday.
Hi, Carla.
We'll see everybody Friday night. We're doing the cocktail party
That's right.
Friday night.
Yay. Can't wait.
What was the game
Sincere.
we played where I got naked? Did I get naked and sit in the middle of the road?
We lied down in the middle of the road.
We both did?
We did.
We both laid down in the middle of the road?
We did.
Wow.
Naked?
So basically, we'd ask each other questions.
Was Mike on
and-
his stomach or his back?
The stupid questions were, what do you think's coming next? A car, a truck, or a van?
That's what we were doing.
And we would guess.
In
I would
Manassas,
say a car.
it's not hard. It's a truck.
And then it wouldn't be a car. So then I'd have to go lay for 30 seconds
In the middle of the road.
in the middle of the road.
Very dangerous.
Grant Avenue.
Damn. Naked?
Naked.
Whoa.
Buck naked?
We were really drunk.
No.
And we thought Richard, our next door neighbor who was a night owl.
We didn't know that at the time.
We didn't know he was a night owl?
Not
But
at
we
the
speculated
time.
because he keeps really late hours and they sleep late in the morning.
They probably watched the whole entire
Great neighbors,
time.
greatest neighbors in the world. We thought maybe he was like, and he's so mellow, he would have been like, hey, what are they doing outside? What are they doing?
Wasn't Richard the binocular collector?
So that was our
fun.
little game. Thanks for reminding me.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. Sunny days.
Good times.
Yeah, you still don't you dream about that house?
I
still?
do. I dream about that house all the time.
Like in
I
a
don't
good
know.
way or like a haunted
It's a
way?
reoccurring dream. No, it's always there's somebody else living there and we're going in for the weekend, and sometimes they know we're there and sometimes they know that we're not. And we kind of have to sneak out before they get it back.
She
weird.
craves her previous life.
Well, this is a question that and I've seen this with several other people. Do you have a dream house, like a house that you lived in your past, where most of your dreams are set?
Yeah,
Because
that
for
house.
I see for you, Carrie, she lived in a townhouse when she was in middle school, and even if the happenings of the dream are like modern times, it's always at her middle school townhouse. It's always the house for me that I grew up with my grandfather. That's always where my dreams are. Do you have
Wonder
that,
why.
Mike?
Interesting.
No, I don't have any.
Are you guys clothed in
Mike
your
doesn't
dreams?
dream.
How's that? So what do you do? When did you
You
get
know,
naked?
once you get so old, you don't dream anymore.
Your dreams die first.
Thank you. See you tomorrow night. Thank you.
It'll be Friday
I won't
night.
see you until then. I'm Friday night.
Friday night.
I won't see you for 3 nights.
So you played this naked trivia game. It was in February, right?
That was like late spring.
And then in the morning.
balmy evening.
You guys were fun.
Yeah. Oh, no, they
That
are
was
fun.
great.
They are fun.
We're
How
not
old
fun
were you?
anymore now that
How
she's
old were
working.
you?
Huh?
How old were you, you think?
Let me see. It was about, let me see, probably 15, 20 years ago. That made me, I was 70. I was 70 back then. That's what it was. All right, so we've got Maddie Masiello to talk about,
Oh, I love this.
and the Oscar MAGA rally, and I want to get that on the show because Oscar sent us a video of the MAGA rally. Oscar got to witness it, and still going on. No concession yet. We'll talk all about that when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Crate Joy. You probably know what a subscription box is. They've been around for enough time. In fact, you probably already have a favorite meal kit or pet box, but did you know there's one great place where you can shop for thousands of subscriptions no matter what your interest? Say hello to Crate Joy. Crate Joy is the world's first and only subscription box marketplace. You can shop over thousands of unique boxes for just about anything. God, this is perfect for the holidays.
Oh, my God.
I was surfing on Crate Joy the other day, and it's just so neat. All the different stuff they have for health and fitness, for men, for women, for all sorts, for fitness. It's just great. Even better, you choose the subscription length so you're not locked into anything. Subscription boxes for women, for men, for kids, for any special folks in your life. Crate Joy is the perfect holiday gift. I love that a subscription box is the gift that keeps on giving. Yep. They'll remember you. And a lot of times people get surprised by one of these subscription boxes, and it'll come in like a present, say in February. They're like, where'd this come from? Oh, don't you remember? Your Uncle Mike gave that to you.
Yeah.
Hey, what a good guy he is. Hope he doesn't do that bit about Dick Oliver calling the Butterball Turkey Hotline. Anyway, they're great. Makes you a better gift giver. Looking to give the perfect gift or maybe treat yourself, you can shop thousands of subscription boxes all in one place and get 30% off your first box when you sign up at cratejoy.com/TMOS. Sign up today at cratejoy.com/TMOS to get 30% off your first box and early access to all Crate Joy's holiday specials. Crate Joy. Get joy delivered right to your door.
To your door.
Yes, sirree. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Before we get to Maddie, you were... Oscar loves to be in the middle of stuff. Like if there's a movie being, there's a movie being shot in the block over, Oscar will find himself in the middle of it somehow. That's it. You did you decide that over the weekend for the Million MAGA March that you were going to take a trip down there to see what was going on, or did you just happen to find yourself down there as you are?
What are all these people doing here?
Well, we have an office on M Street, and Oscar works on the weekends.
I went into the office, and that's when I witnessed it. I wasn't going out of my way to go into the million. Million is a loose term. Let me just share that with you.
Million in quotation marks, right? Yeah.
Right.
I think 10,000 people showed up.
I think a lot of the people that went to his inauguration were there, too.
Right. So when I park, I get to see... So we're roughly a block out of the perimeter where the police blocked off all the roads. We talked about all road closings every time something happens in D.C. So you see the perimeter being built out or established. So when you're block out, you clearly realize, oh, a lot of people probably have to park and then walk on over.
Yeah.
And my office, the office I'm in when I'm working out of on M Street, you look out and you see 19th and M. So you get to see the people walking by with their cartoon-sized flags and their get-up. And then when you have to go get something to eat, like I do, at Wawa, you walk on out and decide, all right, maybe I'll take the long way so I can eyeball these people to see what's going on. So I sent Mike and the team a picture of a school bus that was clearly from the 1970s that had, had been spray painted with any type of Trumpism on the side about Kamala, Vice President-elect Kamala and Harris, and of course Vice President-elect Kamala, and then President-elect Joe Biden. And I saw that, and that was the one picture I sent to the guys because I said this epitomizes this entire rally.
I have the actual quote from the bus.
Please.
And it's written like a sign in a Peanuts cartoon, like the doctor is in. That's the way the
and
letters
it's painted on the side of a school bus.
Right. It says Sleepy Joe plus crazy with a K plus crazy Kamala want to steal our election.
Yeah.
And there's about 6 feet between our and election because they didn't space it out right. They're not.
Well, let me
thinking
tell
ahead.
you, there might be 10,000 people at this rally, but I get back to the fact that is irrefutable. And by the way, an overwhelming popular vote win. Millions more people voted for Biden. But it doesn't take away the fact that over 71 million, 72 million people voted for Donald Trump. That's what this little, you get the certain, they talk about the base, but the base is big.
Yeah.
I'm not discounting those people, Mike, and I want to hope that those people don't believe that the election was rigged. All 72 million people. Or 70, whatever it might have been.
Screw me. Rob's playing it. Are you playing a Nazi song?
This is, I think, I have this labeled as Nat sound from the rally. I don't know what it is.
I don't recognize it.
I believe
this is the
Rob
bus
is playing
driver.
a clip from... It was a tank battle movie.
Yes, because it's called, the song is called Panzerlied.
Panzerlied. All right, turn that off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. There's some CB interference, Oscar. I have everything.
Let me ask you this, Mike. I don't believe everybody that frankly voted for Donald Trump thinks the election is rigged. I want to believe that they don't believe that.
Okay.
So
I agree. I agree with you. I know that. By the way, I know that for a fact.
Okay. So taking that into account and hoping for the best, and it's hard.
Let me explain. I made a lot of bets with people down here. I made bets that Biden would win, and I have the certain individuals that one of my good friends, approached me, sent me a text. I'll pay you your bet when I see you. This before anything was. That's before they called Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
And then I said, you know what? You're the first one. I'm going to give you. It's a $20 bet. I'm going to give you. You just pay me 15 on the 20 because of the early payment, first early payment. Then another guy kind of jokes with it and whipped it out and gave me a 20.
Hey.
Another guy. Then there are the. Okay, God, can you ever not be a DJ? Can you ever not be a hack DJ? Ever?
That's what she said.
Hey, I want to tell you. Hey, penis. There are the two holdouts that haven't even broached it, haven't even brought it up, and they are, the fat lady hasn't sung yet. That's the way they look at it. So I totally agree with you. As a matter of fact, I would go at least probably 60% of the people that voted for Trump. They know it's over. Sure. I think that might be an reasonable.
Yeah, that doesn't
guess.
change. Doesn't change the politics of what we're dealing with. But I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I brought this up, and I shared a clip from the Daily Show with the guys and Maddie early this morning, where
Jordan Klepper on the Daily Show, who's the best thing on the Daily Show,
right?
And the clip,
including the host,
the clip epitomizes, and for our audience, it's the typical man on the street conversation where you give facts and you give some sort of retort, and there's no real effort made to really discuss what was just said. It's just straight to the talking point or something else.
Right.
And
there's no substance there.
Yeah. And it's funny because then you fast forward to just a casual encounter on my end, and this doesn't speak for everybody, but like I'm at Wawa, there are people in full garb, in front of me. And I'm just trying to get my meatball sub so I can get back to
all you want, a simple man and a simple sandwich.
So Wawa downtown, Oscar?
Oh, yeah, Wawa's hit the city, Mike, finally.
Yeah, it's
so great.
Within the year, right? It's a fairly recent. It was a big deal.
That is so very cool that the Wawas are in downtown. Fantastic.
The best. Sandwiches,
Carla's favorite.
Everything
Going
right
away,
there.
Carla's favorite. It's the best. I think it's the best food of any convenience
When you come
store.
visit again, it's literally a block from here, if that.
Oh, that's good
on
stuff.
our block. And the gentleman, and I think everybody should know this. These are all Americans, right? And I want to believe that they're not all, even the people that came here, they just have, they've been misguided, in my eyes at least.
Yeah.
And Jordan Klepper, in all fairness, is not going to put up the person that might make a reasonable talking point spiel. He's going to get the people with the giant, the biggest flag, the helmet.
Well, that's the magic. That's the magic of a man on the street, because they're always post-produced. You can always make them the way you want them to be.
Absolutely.
That's why it's a great bit.
My takeaway was that there's like I would say at least 6 different people in front of me with their getup on, with their shirts, and the third couple that goes up to the register, and the person that's working behind the plexiglass, they say, "Hey, who'd you vote for?" to the guy behind the glass, and he's like, "Biden and Harris," and he's like, "They stole the election," and this poor wife was like patting.
Now,
the
who
husband
said?
on the
Wait,
back.
wait. Tell me who the guy behind the counter said that
Said
to
Biden,
you.
Biden Harris, yes.
No, the guy that was in front of the line.
I'm trying to get a picture. He was a little challenged with his delivery there.
Here's what I got, Oscar. Tell me if I got this right. You're behind a couple in line. The couple goes to
I'm
the
behind
cashier.
3 different couples.
Okay.
that were all
that
in
are
Trump
all
gear.
MAGA couples.
Yes.
And the couple that is
Trumpers.
being waited on by
Yes.
the cashier asks the cashier, "Who did you vote for?"
Yes.
And then the cashier
Got it.
replies, "Biden Harris."
Yes.
Okay.
And you see at this point, the guy lean in and say, they're trying to steal the election. And the poor person behind
God.
the plexi, it says, "Sir, I just need to check you out." And the guy's wife, who clearly got dragged to D.C. because she doesn't seem to care that much, was just like, "Honey, just leave him alone. Leave him alone." Like
she's
rubbing
been to
his
this
back,
dance
being
before.
Like he hasn't gotten over it. Like the president
we
hasn't gotten
don't
over
need this. We're just trying to check
Right.
out of Wawa.
it. Right.
Let it go, right? And
oh man, it'd be
she's
so hard for me.
Of
mortified.
course.
That he picked out all her clothes that she was going to wear. So, like,
All her red, white, and blue clothes.
I just felt like, man, like how many couples are out there that are here? And in fairness to us, how many like wives have been dragged to TMOS shows because their husbands, God bless them, are into our shows? You know what I mean? It's like these things are like, I'll
Right.
go with you if you want to go. It's a trip.
Yeah, I'll be in
Right?
Vegas. You're right.
So instead, that they're
I'm not
in
blessed
DC.
with a wife who would do something she really didn't want to do.
Brother.
Yeah.
So if I look
Kind
at
of way
this,
she rolls. She goes to those events not because of me, because she gets the adulation. That's
Yes.
why she likes it. Otherwise, she wouldn't be on that plane.
But-
And she likes gambling.
but it gave me a window into, man, there's even in your direct, immediate families, there's division.
Mhm.
There just is.
Yeah.
That people don't know exactly like what, I want to say, what's real and what's not. And there's so many questions. And I hope regardless of who you voted for, that we get past this like husband and wife who just like, they're being attracted to a bright light and they're
Yeah.
not looking
It's going to
elsewhere,
fade.
right?
It's going to fade. That's
Yeah.
my prediction. And you know what? You know what's going to be replaced by? Hopefully, is when we get 94.7% of efficacy on a vaccine. When you read a story like that, look, if this proves to be true when they roll the thing out, you've got heroes. I mean, real heroes.
Yeah.
Save the country heroes at Pfizer and Moderna and these companies that are doing this. And I don't care what your politics are. I, for one, am glad that there will be more adults in the room when it comes time to distribute this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I am very, very happy that it has worked out that way. That the bright light, that the giant oversized can I get a bigger flag is moving out of town. I'm sorry. It's the way I feel about it.
Well,
That's
can
it.
you describe the scene, Mike, for everyone about within that video where
He said there's a scene where Jordan Klepper is interviewing a guy, and as he's interviewing him, there is a Trump flag that he's holding that is too big to hold above street level. And there's a guy
got
off
Donald
camera
Trump on it, by the way. It's
Yeah,
got Donald
and
Trump
it's an American flag, but it's not. As soon as you put Cheeto on the American flag, you have desecrated the American flag. It is no longer an American flag. However, there's a man off camera yelling at Jordan Klepper saying, "You're stepping on the flag, bro. Stars and stripes, man. Don't step." He said, "Well, it's not the American flag as soon as you put his picture on." On it.
And he also
it's
says,
a poster.
"Sir,
it's a poster is what it
the
and
person
it's just,
holding the flag is dragging the flag."
He's dragging the flag.
Dragging it,
but
yeah.
it's not the flag.
He's dragging
The
a
flag,
flag.
is the stars and stripes.
Right.
That's what it is. The flag is not a picture of Donald Trump with a flag in back of it. That is no longer an American flag. So it doesn't matter. You can wipe your butt with it. It doesn't matter anymore. But they don't get that.
No.
I'm a big believer in that flag. I feel strongly about that flag. I own, in my possession, I don't own it. It was given to me, the flag that was draped over my father's casket because he's a veteran. I respect that flag. It is in a position of honor in my home. You don't put a picture on it. If I put a picture of Joe Biden on that flag, it would no longer be a flag. It would be a poster. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we can take a break. When we come back, a little Maddie news.
Oh, good.
I want to hear about Maddie. Because you know what? I think it's no secret. We're all crazy about Maddie Masiello. We think that she is a wonderful asset to our team. Yeah, but she, even in her understated, mellow way, does some pretty crazy stuff once in a while. We'll talk to Maddie when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I'm looking forward to Monday because Monday, my Freshly box will be arriving at our home. And I have gone through Freshly, and I specifically selected some of their lower carb items, which you can do on Freshly. These are healthy meals that are ready to go right out of the box. I love it. Freshly's nutritionists and chefs create meals made with whole food ingredients that taste great and are better for you. They do all the planning and prepping and cooking. So, for example, one of the things I'm intrigued with is a cauliflower dish. I think it might be a cauliflower mash that I'm getting on Freshly, and I want to see how their chefs do it because I haven't really gotten it quite right. That's the cool thing about Freshly. I pop it in the microwave. It's ready to eat. It's great. With Freshly, you can skip all that grocery store challenge and not worry about who's coughing next to you. And enjoy fully prepared dinners delivered fresh, not frozen, right to your door. Simply order online or on the Freshly app and choose from over 30 delicious, satisfying, better-for-you meals like steak, peppercorn, and harvest time chicken risotto.
Yum.
Number, Freshly number. Number, Freshly. Join the 1.5 million satisfied Freshly users and skip the shopping, the prepping numbers, the cooking, and the cleanup numbers. Freshly is offering our listeners numbers $40 off their first 2 orders at freshly.com/TMOS. Pause. Numbers. Don't wait. That's freshly.com/TMOS. All right. Oscar has something he wanted to tell me about Maddie Masiello.
No, I do, actually.
No.
Oh, you do. It's you. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Rob.
I get you guys confused. I work with you every day.
Well, we have a similar look. The thing
Rob's
is
too
Maddie is...
you have a similar look to Maddie Masiello?
No, similar look to Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Oscar's take.
Oscar's take. Maddie is in a tremendous... backbone position when we make fruitcake. She is a go-to, excellent worker. And because of that, she's there from the beginning to the end. And one thing people don't know about the fruitcaking is that there's a lot of time when you're just mixing and stirring and dishing. So conversations go crazy and you find out stuff you didn't know. For example, we won't have time to get to it today, but we got a very detailed background of some of the girls
Excuse me
that
just
Tony.
1 second, please, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
No, it's okay. That's all right.
Okay. Turn off the Mega Touch.
Oh, no.
Carla, turn off the Mega Touch. I can. I hear it. I hear it. I can hear the Mega Touch. It sounds like an electronic robot that's trying to give me a proctology exam.
Oh.
Please, Carla.
Mike,
Enjoy your day.
22 more minutes is all we
Just
need.
wanted a break.
Just 22
wanted a break
minutes.
from her
That's
day.
all we
Just
need.
want to play
That's
a
very good.
little puzzle
All right.
game.
Yep.
So, it's a lot of talk in the bakery. We found a lot about Pony's dating history, which is something we can explore. But we found out something from Maddie that absolutely delighted me. Maddie, are you within the sound of my voice?
I'm sorry, Rob. You still have it on. Turn it off, please.
Unplug it. Tell her to unplug it.
Unplug it. Thank you. God. I'm sorry. What, Rob? That's so goddamn rude of me.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. So there's a lot of talk and a lot of discussion. And when, you're talking for 8-9 hours with the same people.
You're in there in the kitchen.
Yeah,
you're getting
topics
done,
come
and
up that you
Maddie
don't
says
expect.
something that stops you in your tracks.
Yeah, the fact is we all know that for many, many years, her father, Tony Masiello, was the mayor of Buffalo, New York. Mm-hmm. And because of that, she was raised with certain advantages that other children wouldn't have.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo Green.
That's exactly right. And so we've heard about her, perhaps she's ridden on parade floats. She talked about the wonderful gifts that would arrive at the house at Christmas. But Maddie, would you reveal your connection to the Buffalo Zoo?
And so, it's hard to kind of call this a perk because there's really no advantage of it. It's a very weird thing.
It'd be really nice
Maddie?
if it didn't sound like Maddie was
Hold on.
somewhere in Bowie, Maryland when she
Can you
said
keep
it.
talking, Maddie?
So what
Better?
what the Buffalo Zoo did, and my dad did a lot of work with the Buffalo Zoo, and I think it was exciting for them because like children were born while he was, the mayor. So that's exciting. Family, great.
So you were born while he was in office.
Yeah, and my sister was born right after he was first elected.
So she was conceived out of office. But
So
born
he's a
in
young
office.
mayor. He's a young mayor, and he's got these little kids, and it's the zoo, and it's
A young
that's very big
virile
when your
mayor.
kids are little.
Of course.
Young
Moving
girl
on.
mayor.
And so what the zoo did was after my sister and I were born, they would name the next animal born at the Buffalo Zoo after us. So my sister, after she was born, got this camel, right? And the camel was the coolest animal at the Buffalo Zoo. You could ride the camel. You could feed the camel. It was exotic. It was majestic. Literally the coolest one there.
Okay.
And I guess they were fresh out of camels when I was born because what I
here we
got
go.
was a goat at the petting zoo who would bite people and I don't think lived very long. So we were talking about animals during the fruitcakes, and I think Pony brought up goats, and it just was a total trigger for me. I didn't realize I had this like repressed feeling towards goats, but here I am, and it's
They
always been a
named the
chip on my
goat
shoulder.
after Maddie. Was it Matt? Was the goat named Madeline?
It was Madeline. Yep, it was black and white.
Madeline the biting goat.
Madeline the bitey goat.
Yeah, the bitey goat.
Are
He
there
probably
any
had
pictures?
fleas,
Are there
too. I
any
don't know.
pictures? I'm sure there's pictures of Madeline the goat. Are there pictures of baby you and Madeline the goat?
There's gotta be. I honestly forgot about this for a while, so I'll have to ask my parents. But I have this like vivid memory of feeding my namesake, who had like this green tag in his ear, the poor guy, and like would make weird sounds.
And the best part is not the biting part, and I don't think he lived very long. Well, she lived very long. I don't think she lives very long. I love that. That is awesome. That's a quick hit. That's like the best quick hit of the week. Fantastic.
Yeah, I like that story a
Mr.
lot.
Mayor. Were there any other family members that had animals named after them?
No, I don't think so.
No, but there was an uncle named Jimmy the Weasel, right?
Yeah, that's great.
You know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm Mo Green.
We have to take a break. We will come back with news you may not need right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Stamps.com. This holiday season, the post office is going to be busier than ever. Luckily, Stamps.com can bring the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer. Any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it, just use Stamps.com and schedule a pickup or just drop it off. With Stamps.com, you get 5 cents off every first-class stamp, up to 40% off priority mail, and up to 62% off UPS shipping. This is something you want to take advantage of right away. It's a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters. It's no wonder over 900,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com, just like us.
Just like you.
Don't spend a minute of your holiday season at the post office. Sign up for Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. With the promo code TMOS, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. You know, I can practically hear the thread today. Do you hear when Mike was complaining about the nudge? She won't even let her play Mega Touch. Yeah. Well, Dirk will say, I think that's okay, but I personally wouldn't want to yell at somebody for playing a video game they enjoy.
No, what Dirk would say
anyway.
is, I'm more of a Pac-Man guy.
Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in TMOS. Yes, I am petty. That's Stamps.com and TMOS. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. If I was married to her, I'd let her play Mega Touch all day long. I'd buy her one for every room. Hi, Carla.
News.
Go! Boo!
I like that you have Mike a mental scoreboard when it comes to Dirk.
Yeah.
Damn right I do.
Yeah, it's like a coronavirus dashboard.
Yeah.
Changing every day.
Yes.
As I say in my house every day, he didn't send me a telescope. A few years back, one of George Clooney's friends said that George once invited 14 friends. I love this story for dinner. Remember this story?
Yeah.
And he surprised each one of them with a suitcase which contained $1 million in
right.
cash.
That's right. Yeah.
I always thought that might be an urban legend that's floating around there. George has never confirmed or denied the story until now. And you know what, people? It's true.
It's true.
In an interview
Whoa.
with GQ, George said that it happened in 2013 after he met his wife Amal, but before they started dating. He was single, had plenty of money, and wanted to thank the people who helped him get where he was. The friends were mostly older than him. They'd loaned him money, let him sleep on their couches when he was broke, and helped him in other ways over the past 35 years. He said, quote, I thought, without them, I don't have any of this. And if I get hit by a bus, they're all in the will. So why the heck am I waiting to get hit by a bus?
That's great.
He's just a cool dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's appreciative. It's why
they didn't need it, but it wasn't about that.
Right.
Right. So how is George going to get the cash? $14 million. How's that going to work? Well, he tells the story. He did some research, and he found out that there's an undisclosed location in downtown L.A. that has, quote, giant pallets of cash. And that's when this starts to sound like a heist movie. Everything okay back there, hon?
Just gentle weeping.
That's all. So he found this place. It's called the Tangiers, right?
He rents an old beat-up van that says florist on it and drove to the place. He got in a freight elevator with the van and took it down to the vault and loaded it up with the cash. He only told his assistant and a couple of security guys. George said they were soiling their shorts over the plan, but he pulled it off without a hitch. He divided the loot into 14 packs, and they weren't as heavy as you'd think. He didn't talk about how he handled the taxes, but the friend who first told the story said that George told him he'd covered that beforehand.
Wow.
And he gave all his buddies that. That is just so...
I get
love
nervous
that story.
driving if I have a cake in the car. I can't imagine driving with $14 million.
But he rented a van that said florist.
Right.
Florist.
Yeah.
Like one of his movies, like Ocean's 11. That's what it was,
It's great.
Yeah, amazing. Really, really great story.
It's also heavy, by the way. Heavy.
Well, heavy, the 14 mil, I would think.
Because it was in ones.
It was what? The 14 million story is over, Arthur. We have to move on now. Stop staring at the moose. Pfizer might have a new COVID vaccine, but until that becomes a reality, they're still primarily known as the Viagra people.
Sure.
And Spike Lee is cementing that reputation by making a movie musical about it. All right. It's based on an Esquire article called All Rise, the untold story of the guys who launched Viagra. There's no word yet if it'll be the title of the movie. It covers the discovery and launch of Viagra, which was originally intended to be a heart medication, before researchers discovered that game-changing little side effect.
Sure.
Well, maybe not that little. There you go. So, the musical, Viagra.
Spike Lee makes a lot of really long movies, but if that one goes longer than 4 hours...
Call a doctor.
Exactly.
Jimmy Dean has brought back their sausage-scented wrapping paper. Oh, thank God.
Disgusting.
Well, we've got holiday scents in the house today, but it's not sausage. They've made some other new products, too, including a sausage ornament, earbuds with their logo, and a tin of peppermint bark with sausage candy on top. I'm not sure what that tastes like. You can get those gifts by cooking up one of the recipes on their website and sending in a picture. If you do get the sausage-covered peppermint bark, please tell me what it tastes like. Yum, yum, in my tum. And on a related note, it looks like Pepsi wants to get a little weird this holiday season. Pepsi is coming out with a new flavor that tastes like apple pie. So picture drinking a Pepsi that also has hints of cinnamon, apple, and pie crust.
Now, does it have...
Well, doesn't Jones Soda do that stuff?
Yeah, but I mean, the Pepsi makes it sound like there's chunks in it. I don't want any chunks in my soda. No
I don't want
chunks of
soggy
crust.
apple pie.
Yeah.
Cinnamon, apple, and pie crust. But it's not. But at least it's sweet. The only way to get it is to win it. Yeah. You'll need to send a picture of a baking disaster to Pepsi on Twitter or TikTok, and the first 1,500 people.
It's a social media ploy.
It's a social media marketing campaign. That's exactly what it is.
It seems to be a certain variety of food that caters to that part of the USA. It's, Kentucky Fried Chicken does a lot of scented stuff. Jimmy Dean's Sausage does things.
Yum,
Pepsi,
yum.
not Coke. Pepsi is putting
Yeah.
pie crust in the soda.
Pie crust in the soda. What's that floating in there? Ew.
Floater.
You guys, this is your backyard, so you might know about this. The giant food grocery chain has apologized after they ran a Thanksgiving ad with the slogan "Hosting?" ? Plan a super spread.
I saw it. Not okay.
A super spread. There's a genius in the marketing. Oh, is Pete Mano still alive? He'd hate that. Oh, my God. What did he get that to my office right now? What are you doing to me? You're killing me with that. Come on.
And buy a 12-pack of Corona to go with it.
We should have led with this because this is the big entertainment story of the day. After 28 years, Conan O'Brien is officially giving up the late night show. And, well, at least for now, O'Brien took over late night on NBC from David Letterman in 1993. Position he held till 2009 when Jimmy Fallon took over the gig, and O'Brien moved to host The Tonight Show for several months. That was followed by his namesake Conan on TBS. In 2010, on Tuesday, Warner Media announced that Conan will officially end with the season 10 finale in June 2021. He never should have gone to he should have stayed on the network. He was a funnier guy than Fallon. And, I don't get it.
The late night's dying. I wouldn't be shocked in
I'm
the
sure
next 5 years if these shows just they go away for good because
Nobody's watching.
Oscar, I think you
aren't
can say that late night is dead. Because it's just because you know what, it exists now. Now it's just like a preview platform for what people are going to watch on YouTube the next day.
Conan's got another project coming on HBO Max though, so it's not over.
He's gonna still do stuff. I think he sees the writing on the wall. That's the way it goes. And now a little something. It's important to take breaks from social media because studies show, that spending too much time scrolling can increase feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression. Hi, I'm Mike. Nice to see you.
Is the
It's not your
scroller.
name on the show, Carla.
To take a break from social media.
They
It's
moved
me.
to another foursome?
You should turn off notification if you want to break from it. Turn off notifications, set time limits, and prioritize your own self-care with other activities you enjoy. There is no set amount of time you need to stay off social media for. Taking a break that lasts for hours, days, or weeks can all be beneficial to your health and happiness. On a related note, the wild horses have been delivered to the homes of Horny Bob Spiewak and Stephanie Larson. So there we are. We'll see that. Yes.
Wild, I want to tell you. Wild.
Everybody. We will take a break and come back with the audio vault right here on the Mike O'Mara Show as I try to talk it up with that delay. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Guess what?
What?
The time has come. We're all going to do our Scott Shannon impression.
All right.
Good.
Oscar, how would Scott Shannon tell everyone to get a flu shot?
Like he would say to go to the pharmacy.
Maddie, your turn. Do your Scott Shannon. Tell people to get a flu shot.
Go get a flu shot at CVS.
Rob, it's your turn.
Hi, this is El Diablo. Roll up your sleeve and get a flu shot.
Now my turn.
Okay.
Flu shots are the best. I am a professional DJ. Sure, it's good advice, but in a pandemic, it almost seems quaint to get a flu shot. But it's usually free, so you should. Then take that flu shot money you saved and treat yourself to a Mike O'Mara bonus show subscription. 60 extra TMOS minutes every week with extra fun and no commercials. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com, click on the bonus banner, and you are there. It's the best and funniest way to support TMOS, the bonus show. If podcast comedy is what you savor, we have peppermint, wintergreen, and traditional 5 flavor. Buy it at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Let's open up that pesky audio vault with Rob Spiewak. Take it away.
Always forget what a clever mimic Oscar is.
Set me up.
So they announced, finally, Mike, we got edged out again. Michael B. Jordan is the sexiest man in the world. People magazine has determined that. But in the issue, I guess they mention other sexy men, and an honorable mention goes to Dan Levy. Or Levy from Schitt's Creek.
Good for him.
And he did a funny interview talking about him being named one of the sexiest men in America.
I tried cooking. I did try to cook. So none of these kind of like inspiring exercises in the kitchen worked out for me. All it did for me was just like remind myself that I should just be saving my money and putting it towards ordering food so that someone can do it for me. I'm just not skilled in the kitchen at all. I can't wait for this video to just be paired beside Chris Hemsworth shirtless in a bathing suit coming out of a beach or something. And I'm talking about like failing at bread. This form of sexy is a niche market, but I appreciate that you're recognizing it.
He calls his sexuality and his form of sexy a niche market.
A niche market. Funny guy.
Love it.
God, he's funnier than his father. It's amazing. His father's one of the funniest humans on the planet.
Well, his father wasn't the class clown, but he sat next to him, and studied him.
I studied him.
No,
You know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that about Eugene Levy. No. Eugene Levy might still be ahead of his son. He might be ahead of his son.
I would love to see them work together. I mean, another collab like Schitt's Creek was fantastic.
I think they're fantastic.
Okay, this is a good viral thing that happened in a Zoom class yesterday. It's a professor in Kentucky, appears to be an English professor. And, you know, it's not uncommon for a pet to walk into a shot, cat, dog, whatever. But when two cats walk into the shot and really vigorously start smelling each other's ass, it's not okay.
As an example, you could have two similes, one metaphor, two repetitions, an alliteration, and a parallelism. You don't have to use all six, but you should have, oh my God, butt-sniffing cats. Oh, all right.
And I'm talking, I mean, that cat knew what he had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He was really going at it. So Apple Music has put out a list of the top Shazammed songs of all time. Songs that people hear and use their phone to say, hey, what's that song? So,
this is clever because this is going to be songs that we really don't remember the titles to.
And I didn't recognize many of them, but I was able to determine that they're instantly catchy. Because when you hear them, you want to know what they are. So anyone that's on staff can jump in if they know what song it is. I'll go 3, 2, 1. The third most Shazam song of all time. Anybody?
Don't know it.
It's called Prayer in C, the letter C, by Lilywood and the Prick.
That would be out of my... Oh, it's already out. It's already out of my mind.
Okay, how about this one? Number 2.
You see it when you close your eyes.
But do you know the title or the artist?
Everything you touch surely dies.
Oh, I've actually looked this song up.
You were the one that put it at number 2.
I don't know it.
It is called Let Her Go by Passenger. Mike?
Yeah, I'm here.
We have
I'm here.
Just one more, and I saved number 1. I think you're going to like this one. Name this song. Yes, Mike.
5.
That's right. The answer is 5. You can give yourself a ding if you like. No, the answer we're looking for is called Dance Monkey by Tones and I.
Didn't she say cinco, cinco, cinco?
Uno, dos, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve.
It's an international favorite.
Great song.
Do you know it?
I don't know the title. I know the song. It's on the Pop Hits channel all the time.
Okay.
Uno means legal ranking.
Mike, I know you've not been watching Jeopardy. Are you still on Wheel of Fortune?
I haven't watched a lot of the
what do you watch now
game
usually?
shows.
What's on at
CNN. Still watching CNN.
Gotcha.
Still haven't gotten it out of my system. You know, I was going to boycott it if it went the other way.
I understand. Now on Wheel of Fortune, Mike.
Loving it every night. Yeah. Tell me how dumb they are.
Mike, on Wheel of Fortune, since COVID has happened, the contestants are further apart, and they have like a plastic cup that they use to spin the wheel with. It's the most half-assed effort you've ever seen.
Like totally low tech.
Oh, it looks like
Pat said, we should
Pat
not
said,
spend
that's
any
right.
money on this.
Pat said, yeah, give him a cup.
Give him a cup.
I'll cover their hand.
It'll be
Give him a cup.
over by next year. We spent all this money for this.
Listen, I told you not to call me and Bowie, but if you do, buy a cup. So the category, Mike, is one of the stupid ones. What are you doing? What are you doing? Dee-dee-dee-dee. And the guy solves it, but he doesn't.
Alex.
Why?
Yeah, there's a why. What do we have?
I'm declaring victory.
Oh. What is that puzzle? Amanda.
V.
Yeah.
Declaring victory.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
You put an I'm in
Alex,
there.
you look a little puzzled, but you added a word. You said, I'm declaring victory, and you're not allowed to do that. You have to just say the puzzle. And
I love that the over-explanation after. I bet that guy's about to add 2 words.
Yeah. You, Pat.
You and your cup. So let's close with this. The show The Bachelor, Maddie, it's no spoiler here, so you can listen. On the show The Bachelor, I guess one of the big things is to make yourself appealing. And when you want to be appealing, I guess you want to project yourself as intelligent. So speak well. And there seems to be a phrase that's common on The Bachelor, and here's everybody saying it.
Yeah, I think I'm, in the sort of upper echelon in terms of being a grown-ass man.
Does a grown-ass man not compete in a physical competition?
I feel confident that I'm a grown-ass man.
That's not the kind of grown-ass man that she needs to be with.
I have, all the confidence in being a grown-ass man. Part of being a grown-ass man is, being romantic. Grown-ass men have manners.
The grown-ass man is somebody who is kind.
I think it's up to her who is a grown-ass man. Being a grown-ass man,
In my mind, grown-ass men don't do that thing.
to being a gentleman and a grown-ass man.
I'm looking for a grown-ass man, okay?
Go get yourself a grown-ass man. The Bachelor.
Where'd that come from, Rob? Grown-ass man.
Kimmel put that montage together. I have no idea.
Oh, the dogs are barking.
I didn't
now,
know
too.
that was a
Don't
thing,
worry
but
about
remember,
it. We can get out of here.
Grown-ass man on ABC.
Grown-ass man, mega touch, dishes clanking.
Dogs
just
barking.
terrific.
Yeah.
Lecture time. Anyway.
Pep talk. A pep talk for the
We
dogs.
gotta get out of here. We'll be back with another one. And don't forget, we got the cocktail party coming up.
Friday.
This Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Lecture in my house, lecture in your houses too, okay?
Yeah.
Can we do that, please? Can we have some decorum?
Yeah.
Can we have some decorum perhaps Friday night?
Yeah.
Do
A
they
little
teach that to
decorum.
here, Brad?
A little engagement. Brad. For Rob Spewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
It's done, Joan. They've packed your things. They're loading your car.
Well, bye.